Hello and welcome to Today in History. I'm Michael Powell. Our historical event for today, December the 13th, is about Saddam Hussein. After spending 9 months on the run, the former Iraqi dictator, Saddam Hussein, was captured on December 13th, 2003. Saddam's downfall began on March 20th of 2003 when the United States led an invasion force into Iraq to topple his government, which had controlled the country for more than 20 years. Hussein was born into a poor family in Tikrit, 100 miles outside of Baghdad, in 1937. After moving to Baghdad as a teenager, Saddam joined the now infamous Ba'ath Party, which he would later lead. He participated in several coup attempts, and finally helping to install his cousin as dictator of Iraq in July of 1968. Saddam took over for his cousin 11 years later. During his 24 years in office, Saddam's secret police, charged with protecting his power, terrorized the public, ignoring their human rights. While many of the people faced poverty, he lived in incredible luxury, building more than 20 lavish palaces throughout the country. He was obsessed with security and is said to have moved among his palaces often, always sleeping in secret locations. In the early 1980s, Saddam involved his country in an 8-year war with Iran, which is estimated to have taken more than 1 million lives on both sides. He is alleged to have used nerve agents and mustard gas on Iranian soldiers during the conflict, as well as chemical weapons on Iraq's own Kurdish population in northern Iraq in 1988. After he invaded Kuwait in 1990, a U.S.-led coalition invaded Iraq in 1991, forcing the dictator's army to leave Iran, but failing to remove Saddam from power. Throughout the 1990s, Saddam faced both UN economic sanctions and airstrikes aimed at crippling his ability to produce chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons. With Iraq continuing to face allegations of illegal oil sales and weapons building, the United States again invaded the country in March of 2003, this time with the express purpose of ousting Saddam and his regime. Saddam went into hiding soon after the American invasion, speaking to his people only through an occasional audio tape, and his government soon fell. After declaring Saddam the most important of a list of his regime's 55 most wanted members, the United States began an intense search for the former leader and his closest advisors. It was on July 22nd of 2003 that Saddam's sons, who many believed he was grooming to one day fill his shoes, were killed when the U.S. soldiers raided a villa in which they were staying in the northern Iraqi city of Mosul. 5 months later, on December 13th, 2003, U.S. soldiers found Saddam Hussein hiding in a 6 to 8 foot deep hole, 9 miles outside his hometown of Tikrit. The man was found to be unkempt, with a bushy beard and matted hair. He did not resist and was uninjured during the arrest, a soldier at the scene describing him as a man resigned to his fate. After standing trial, he was executed on December 30th of 2006. I'm sure that many of us remember those particular instances, but for those who don't or didn't know the full background, that's what happened in Today in History. Check back tomorrow. Today in History, a project of mine and I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Try watching what's coming up next. Good night.